Hey you guys, happy Sunday. So that means it's another episode of my Candle Banter weekly candle roundup video. And yes, so here we are with another week. And I have a few candles, of course, and of course this is my video that I talk about my empties, what I've been burning throughout the week, and other random candle topics, and we'll get right into it. But first, I do actually have since it is called Candle Banter, I do have a banter or a discussion point today, and that is, it's been on my mind because I was talking about it with a friend. So a friend of mine has a candle spreadsheet, which I'm like, oh my god, that's so hardcore, I love it, but I don't even have a candle spreadsheet, but I guess I also do candle reviews online on YouTube, so I have like an audio-visual documentation of all the candles that I burn, and I discuss it and talk about the throw and the rating. But he has a candle spreadsheet where he has like documented every single candle he's burned like in his lifetime, basically. And there's like notes on like throw, rating, what the candle looked like, and then just like comments or notes of whether or not he liked it. And I was going through the spreadsheet, and this is something that's been on my mind before, but like in the notes it said something like candle wasn't very strong, low throw, but then in the throw rating it was still like a 6.7 out of 10. I'm like, you realize that does not like match up. And I've seen so many candle reviews on YouTube where someone will be like, oh, this candle wasn't very strong, you only had a throw of 7. But every time I hear that, I'm just like, excuse me, but from a throw rating of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 7 is above 5, which 5 is medium, 1 is low to, like no throw. So to say something has low throw, wasn't very strong, but you still give it a rating of 7, that doesn't add up to me, because I feel like 7 is actually quite strong versus, like giving something like a 3. So I guess my question for you guys is, like, how do you do your, like, candle rating system? Obviously, the 1 through 10 is, like, so beyond subjective to begin with, and it's totally arbitrary to everyone's noses, and the environment, the room that you're in, that it's totally subjective. It's not really an accurate, like, rating of what the candle smells like, but at the same time, it still gives people a, like, good guesstimate of what it smells like. But I guess if you were to rate something as a low throw, would you give it anywhere from a 1 through a 5, or would you still give it, like, a 7? I think 7 is actually quite strong. 6 is above medium, so it's still better than medium. 5 is obviously very average in medium, and then anything lower than 5 would be a low throw. So if I were to say, this candle has a really low throw, I would give it like a 3, like 2, 3, or a 4 would be the low throw range, obviously in the light range. So I don't know, it was just funny because I've come across that in many like other candle reviews, but then I also saw it on the spreadsheet, and I was just like, I think 6.7 being a low throw doesn't really make sense. Like, shouldn't it be more like a 3 or a 4? But any case, that's my question to you. So just a little fun candle banter discussion for this week. How do you do your ratings? And once again, if you think something's like low, should it be a 1 through 5, or would you still give it a 6 or a 7? So that's my little bit there. Now that the candle banter discussion is out of the way, let me get into what I've been burning. And yeah, I guess we'll start with BBW again. I have empty here of pineapple pound cake. This is my beloved from last fall, early fall, late summer, I guess is what this was. It technically came out in the fall collection, but it's really a summer fragrance. I think I just have one left. I went through many of these because I love them so much. And it's fresh pineapple sweet vanilla pound cake sprinkled with powdered sugar. And that's what that looks like. It is like finished and complete there. This is so delicious. It is that same fluffy, buttery, like, it has like a slightly dry texture, like pound cake. It's like different from the moist, juicy wetness that we all love of iced lemon pound cake. It's a little bit more of that, like, the different texture of like a sort of more of a dry pound cake. Of strawberry pound cake is the same pound cake note that's in pineapple pound cake, but it's mixed with like this very sweet and juicy, awesome, like pineapple juice, pineapple cream type of fragrance that makes it just awesome, and I love it. It's great for a summer or spring fragrance, not really so much fall, but I finished, I think, already like 2 of these. This is maybe my 3rd one, and I have 1 more left that I think I still own, but pretty strong throw, I would say. Definitely medium plus, so in the 6 to 7 range. But the throw or the performance on it was always super schmutzy, as you can see there. Like, it struggles quite a bit. Like, it's sometimes really good, but sometimes it kind of numbs out. We just like let it keep going, and it kind of does its thing. And that's kind of what I did. I never really had to cotton ball it or anything like that. So that was pineapple pound cake right there. The next candle that I've been attempting to finish is Toasted Coconut Eclair from the 2950 Fancy Glass Lid Collection right there. This is fresh baked donut, milk chocolate frosting, toasted coconut flakes. This is indeed the same exact fragrance as Toasted Coconut S'mores. It even burns exactly the same, in which it duds out and completely numbs out. It smells totally burnt and nasty and disgusting, like just old spent wax by the mid-range point. I had this much left and it just would not burn anymore. It smells so disgusting. So I did indeed put it on my candle warmer, and you can see that's why the wicks have completely like separated and moved off to the edge. So obviously you wouldn't light this again after you put it on a candle warmer. But once I put it on the candle warmer, like the disgusting like grody layer at the top mixed in with the rest of the untarnished wax, and then it smelled amazing and great again. It just smells exactly how like Toasted Coconut Eclair / Toasted Coconut S'mores should smell like. Kind of like the coconut caramel cookies from Girl Scouts, smells just like that, or the toasted coconut flavored jet puffed marshmallows. You get that like graham cracker texture in there that has that dryness in there, but you get like a gooey, awesome marshmallow mixed with a very nice toasted coconut fragrance. It's not like grody, crayony, or like icky. I mean, before it like starts dudding out in terms of the burn performance, but the fragrance itself, the coconut is good, mixed with just a sprinkling of like a milk chocolate powder. It's delicious. I love it, and it was great on the warmer. I think I had it going for like at least 4 times, anywhere from 3 to 6 hours each time, and there's still fragrance in this. It's not as strong as it was before, but if I put this in the warmer again, I'm sure I can still smell it. So this one's been going strong, obviously because it still has half of the candle left, because I just simply couldn't burn it down. So that was Toasted Coconut Eclair right there. The next candle I've been attempting to finish, as you can see, a lot of these BBW candles, like, they're still the most consistently, like, strong throwing of any candle brand out there, so that's why I still go to them, but the burn performance always suffers mid-range, almost like inevitably on these candles. Like, it's an exception that the candle will actually burn all the way down to the bottom. Great. That's Island Papaya. I think I got this from Candle Day or something, but it's actually out right now in the, like, this tile collection. This is Tropical Coconut, Fresh Papaya, and Sugarcane. It's just totally, like, just completely nubbed out. Even though it was sitting like crazy at the beginning and then just completely nubbed out, it just, like, won't, like, it still lights, but it's, like, very puny, and it's, like, extinguishes itself at any moment. Yeah, it's just, like, a nice, very, like, OG, old school type of BBW tropical fragrance that I don't kind of mind. It kind of smells like old school, like they had an old like Island Nectar or something, some kind of old body care they used to have that reminds me of this. That smells just like very awesome, like nostalgic BBW tropical fragrance, but without it being too synthetic or gross or artificial, like Aloha Kiwi Passion Fruit. So we're good to go there. It's kind of like this creamy coconut papaya blend that's sweetened ever so slightly, almost like a berry fragrance, and it's just a really sweet, juicy, lighthearted, and nice. It's kind of like a light to medium throw, but then obviously it suffers a lot when it nubs out, so I will most likely have to put this on the warmer to finish it. That's Island Papaya right there. Another one that I've been attempting to finish is Garden Apple and Sage from, was this last spring, was it? This is 2021. So golden apples, fresh garden sage, and crisp pear blossoms with essential oils. This one also just totally nubbed out. Even has like that white little like fuzzies at the top of the wick, so you know that's kind of like a bad omen for this candle performing properly. This is decent enough. I didn't love it, but it was like new, so I picked it up. It's just kind of like their usual heirloom Honeycrisp apple, farm stand apple type of like moldy apple, but not quite as plasticky or moldy as that variety. Mixed with like a subtle herbal sage, just like a fuzzy herbal quality in there that makes it a little bit more like green, that doesn't make it too sweet or sappy, but also isn't like too moldy either. It's like actually quite a nice blend of like a earthy garden apple fragrance. I actually don't mind the fragrance too much, but the burn on it was just so terrible at the mid-range point that it like literally puts itself out at any moment. So I'll probably have to put this on the warmer as well and finish it that way. So that was Garden Apple and Sage right there. The throw was still totally adequate on it. And then lastly, I've been really enjoying the Fresh Lemon Waves that I just hauled. I'll eventually have reviews of these new candles here soon. That's that right there, and that's what that looks like. This one is Summer Citrus, Orange Vanilla Blossoms, and Surfside Breeze. Definitely my favorite in a while because it's like actually floral for once. Delicious, and it's so strong too. It's like a slightly lemon infused suntan sunscreen type of white tropical floral fragrance, which they don't do a whole lot of anymore, so I absolutely love it. And the fact that it's strong, I'm totally into it. So Fresh Lemon Waves right there, perfect for like summer or warmer months. So that was that right there. Moving on to other brands, we have one Homeworks candle that I finished. Good riddance on this one, honestly. It's chocolate birthday cake. I was talking about this in my last one, but I did finally finish it. And that's what that looks like. You know, a little bit of schmutz on the side there because it kind of struggled mid-range, but otherwise it did pretty good. It kind of like self-corrected at the mid-range point and it had like high flames all the way down to the bottom. So we're good there. This one reads dark and milk chocolate espresso powder, warm vanilla and whipped cream. So not a repurchase, so not a recommendation. This was actually quite terrible, to be honest. I had really high hopes for this because it was like, you know, I really enjoyed the regular birthday cake. So I was hoping for a chocolate version of that, but it's very synthetic and cheap and artificial and waxy smelling, like I said in my last video. The throw on it was very, very low. So 5 and under for me on chocolate birthday cake. And then at the mid-range point and down, it was just kind of like it was burning so hot that the fragrance oils were all spent that all you got was like this burnt wax and burnt fragrance oil fragrance to it. It was just like this cheap plasticky like waxiness just left over and you weren't really getting a whole lot of any like chocolate fragrance oils left in it anymore. And it just wasn't good at all. So yeah, that was chocolate birthday cake right there. I'm just glad to be done with that one. Let's see, we have a few Yankee candles. So what was I doing? I was just going through my like boxes and stuff again because I have to prepare to move again in another few months. And I was like, whoa, I have this whole massive Yankee Candle centerpiece collection that I kind of forgot about. I mean, like in the back of my mind, I knew it was there, but I wasn't using them. And so I encountered like probably like at least 100 Yankee Candle centerpiece melt cups. And if you've never used those before, that's what this looks like right there. They're friggin' excellent. It's like literally Yankee Candle's best scented offering because they're large single wick jars and 2-wick tumblers are like completely unscented for the most part. Like just don't even waste your time or money on any of that. The signature collection ones are marginally better, but because this, you just melt them as wax and there's no flame and anything to do with it. You get like just pure fragrance and you can actually smell it very nicely. And because the centerpiece melt cup system has a timer on it, it's great because you can just put it on 3 or 6 hours. You can like doze off with fragrance at nighttime, like while you're falling asleep. Or like if you go and run out and do errands or whatever, you don't have to worry about, oh my God, did I turn it off? Because it will just shut off after 3 hours or whatever you put it on. So I really love the Yankee Candle centerpiece melt cups, and like, despite their marketing lacking a little bit in terms of like the funness and exclusivity of BBW, you know, they still have really nice fragrances. You just kind of have to sift through them and smell them and see what's going on. And so in my past many years, I accumulated quite a number of Yankee Candle centerpiece easy melt cups. And so I have a massive collection of it. So I've been trying to like get through them since I'm like, oh my God, I gotta move again anyway. So let me like try and finish some of these up. I haven't finished all of these because these, when you put them on 3 hours, I think they last for at least, what is it, like 30 hours or something? I have no idea what the actual quoted time frame on it, but I can keep turning them on for 3 hours and like I have them forever. So we have Easter Bouquet here, which is friggin' excellent. Oh my God, this is so good. Highly recommend it. Bright, fresh, dewy florals with like that cooling greens vibe in there. You get like a tulips and a rose fragrance in there. It's like a amped up, even better version of Flower Shop, believe it or not, from BBW or Slack & Co days. Simply excellent. So that was the Easter Bouquet right there. Love this one. We have another one that I love so much. It's Meadow Showers right here. I love this because it's very, very, very similar to my beloved Slack & Co Sea Spray fragrance that I can't get anymore. And this is like so similar to it. It's like this, like an aquatic spa-like fragrance that still has like a sweet, almost like grassiness to it. It's delicious. It's almost like this, like a sweetened melon with a spa herbal vibe to it. It's excellent. It literally smells just like sea spray, so I love that one. So that's Meadow Showers right there. And then we have, this one was just but I was just trying to get rid of it. It's Grilled Peaches and Vanilla right there. Very standard generic air freshener like peach fragrance. Yeah, I don't get a whole lot of, like, there's maybe a little bit like a brown sugar to evoke a grilled vibe to it. But other than that, it's just kind of like a cheap, like, peach vanilla fragrance. So that was that right there. But still, Yankee Candle centerpiece, excellent. And then lastly, I do have, this is probably going to be the last Candle Spotlight brand here for a little bit. It was like a trial run, and I think I did the sniff one. If you haven't seen that video, check that out. Guy Fawkes is coming up, and then a Hidden Label will be the third one. And we have the Hidden Label candle. It's called Hidden Label. I think they have their own website, but I think they sell mostly through Amazon for quite reasonable prices for what you're getting. And they have really awesome packaging, but I'll showcase all of that in the actual in-depth video. But I did receive the candle, and of course, I just couldn't wait to burn it. So we have from their lava collection. I think it's called Vanilla Caramel, and that's what that looks like. Very simplistic, aesthetic there, but the box and everything's like really juicy and fancy. Has a wood lid on it, and it is 3 wicks, as you can see right there. And boy, this is very strong. Yeah, it has like a very distinct vanilla extract fragrance to it, but it's 3 wicks, and it like filled up my like entire living room. It was actually so strong at one point that I had a homework candle going in my bedroom, and of course I couldn't really smell it. But the vanilla caramel of this hidden label candle was so strong, it was overpowering, and all I could smell was this like vanilla extract fragrance, completely overpowering the homework candle that I was attempting to burn. So very strong, so we're good to go there. But I'll do a full review on it once I do the full review on it. So that was the vanilla caramel 3-wick candle from Hidden Label, available on Amazon. That candle was indeed sent to me for free for review purposes, so keep that in mind. And I think that's it. Thank you so much. Let me know if you've burned any of these candles. Let me know your comments and thoughts down below. Keep the banter going in the comment section, and I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.